to the Old Timey Talk Show, and I am your amazing host, Sydney, and me, our guest today, Alexa, Timmy. I call her Timmy, and she is here because she is a Pokemon master, and would you like me to say no? Okay, but let's just say she has good taste in music. Okay, so what are we going to talk about today? Alexa, would you like to tell the audience?
No.
Please. Come on, do the old razzle-dazzle, you know. I'm sorry. Well, anyways, today we're going to be working on logical fallacies. At least I hope that's how we pronounce it. I honestly don't know. But we have these convenient cards that we totally didn't just spend an hour and a half making at all. No?
No.
But, so, we're going to be talking about them. Yeah. Cut.
So first, we have a slippery slope, which is an idea or course of action which will eventually lead to something wrong, unacceptable, or disastrous. Our example is, he's on a slippery slope, which will lead him to a life of crime.
Next is hasty generalization, which is a conclusion that isn't supported by concrete evidence. An example of that would be if I heard a crashing noise and I say, I bet it was Jimmy who made that noise, and then when I looked to see it, who actually made the noise, it was Charlie. See, because I made an assumption, but I didn't have any evidence.
So next, we have circular argument, which is when a proposition is supported by info already said, making a circle in which no one learns anything, which means, as if my friend here, if she's sad, I'm sad, and if I'm sad, she's sad. As you can see, it is a circle of sadness.
Next, we have odd. Ad. What in tarnation? I meant ad hominem, which is attacking the other person in an argument rather than attacking the argument itself. An example would be, she saw me murder her husband, says the woman who, if you placed $1 million in front of her, would only think it was a penny.
Okay, so our next one is ad populum, which is the appeal of the populace as a reason to be acceptive of the claim. And our example is, well, everyone thinks he murdered him.
Yeah!
But in the end, all of them were wrong. Done.
Next is red herring. And that, my friends, is when an argument is presented, the other person presents another argument so that the first argument is abandoned.
When you murdered your husband in cold blood, did you think of the consequences?
What do you mean in cold blood?
Well, you did it without reason.
And so after that, it would just, I would probably keep on saying things unrelated to the subject, which would mean that the first argument was abandoned. Yeah.
Okay, so our next one is testimonial, which is using the backing of a false authority to prove it as a conclusion, which our example is, Taylor Swift believes that this brand of clothing is the best.
Next, we have appeal to pity, fear, or vanity. which is the attempt to distract one from the truth of the conclusion by the use of pity, fear, or vanity. And an example of that, of the pity one at least, would be, I worked really hard to get this gold medal. I trained for at least 10 hours a day. I studied. I did everything I could. So instead of silver, could I please have the gold medal?
Our next one here is ethos, which is appeal to ethics, and is means of convincing someone of the character or credibility of the persuader, which our example is, my dentist for 10 years has said that Colgate is the best brand of toothpaste.
The next one we have is pathos. Pathos. How do you say pathos? Like so. Pathos. Okay, and pathos is an appeal to emotion. It is a way of convincing an audience of an argument by creating an emotional response. And an example would be, don't you see? This land has been in our care for over 100 years. Generations and generations of people have had picnics and talked and played here. My parents got married here, on this very ground. Think of all the memories, all the special events, and you want to cover this wonderful park that has made our town what it is today with a freaking McDonald's factory.
So our last and finally not least one is logos, which is an appeal to logic and is a way of persuading the audience by reason. Our example is that time has shown us that you could die in many ways. So there is a chance that this man could have been murdered by having a toothbrush shoved down his throat. Stop now. Alright, so let's roll in the credits. Our works cited are your dictionary and logicallyfalicious.com. This was made and filmed by Alexa and Sid. And the unicorn, of course. This video is sponsored by Pudding Cups Co. The actresses are Alexa and Sid. And now for the audience.
Cody, Uni, White Chocolate, Charlie, Ribbit, Uni number 2, Rocky, Mike America Jr., Esmeralda, Periwinkle Frights, Tea, S'mores, and Smokey. Thank you, everybody, for watching our wonderful new episode of the Old Timey Talk Show. And also, thank you, say thank you to Alexa on any types of social media. I don't know, just say hi to her and thank her. And thank you for watching our wonderful show. Bye!